Hey look, it's me. It's different mask, still This video might seem a lot like where the baby crying. Well, it's because it is. Okay, I can do that now. I've decided that I just will. As you saw in my other video, but by the way, what the fuck? I'm not exactly what you would call a good gamer. Now, there's many categories of gamers, and boy howdy do I hate saying that word unironically. Anyway, there's many categories of gamers that we all fall into. You have your casual gamers, you know, your 9-to-5ers, the guys who work full-time, who pick up a controller on the weekends and weekdays just to play a couple games with friends. Low stakes, not really worried about the wins or losses, just there for a good time. You have competitive gamers, or as you and I both know them, the sweats. A sweat resembles anyone like that character from South Park, or a 14-year-old kid with an iPad embedded in his fucking brain at birth. These kids mean business and have very little social expectations other than some chores that their mum has most likely given them, or their government-mandated Centrelink job seeker appointments to keep their payments coming in. Running into a sweat is quite frustrating because you know that they have nothing on the line other than to make you miserable. You have your professional gamers that resemble your aforementioned sweats, but usually have something at stake, like a tournament, or their ex-wife's alimony payments, or a fleeting G Fuel sponsorship. You'll almost never run into these types of players because you'll find them in the dank pits of any ranked game mode. Fuck do I hate ranked. Oh my god, I could do a whole video on how I hate fucking ranked games. There are so many variations of gamers and they come in all shapes and sizes, but that's not what I'm here to complain about. I'm here to complain about difficulty curves. The difficulty curve defines the difficulty of a game and how it changes over the course of gameplay. Now I'm going to channel my inner boomer here and say what the fuck is happening to shooters. It's bad enough that all modern shooters today's success purely relies off how good their battle royale is, but I swear these coked up developers these days are slowly turning into AI because the curve used to sort of look like this and now it looks like this. Now I remember being 14, short, chubby, and bitchless, and I remember I used to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 religiously, and at the end of it I came out good. Like I wasn't FaZe Banks material, but I was good. I could survive. But now I play these games, and it's like if I don't have Bill Gates on speed dial or respawn in my back pocket, I'm sent back to the lobby quicker than an elevator with its cables cut. When did we turn our back on the casual fan base? You know, the ones that built up these massive companies and brought them up to the level that they are now, only for them to completely shit on their casual fan base and pander purely to the pro side of gaming. You know, like I used to bark at any fucking pre-order that Infinity Ward could have. They could have put a Modern Warfare 2 stapler out and I would have probably bought the pre-order. Now they just don't even fucking worry about it. It's like the iPhone. They just ship it out before they even finish rendering the game and just slap a couple game day patches on it and spit in my mouth and charge me $140 for the pre-release. Look at the $140 for the pre-release of the remastered Modern Warfare 2. In what world? Only for me to get the game on release day, have to do an 80 gigabyte patch download, and then get immediately shit on by a kid who's been sitting there for 14 hours. Look, I don't want you to get confused. I love competitive gaming. I love competitive games in general. But why does everything have to be so competitive? You might be thinking, Matthew, why do you go in rank then? Go into public. Just stay in the public lobbies. The public lobbies are sweaty. Minecraft servers have bed wars now. Everything is sweaty now. I'm losing touch. I'm sweaty, but it's for the wrong reasons. Games these days are inevitably going to become competitive, and that's fine. But the split is so down the middle. You have two choices these days. Either sell yourself to playing single player GTA 5 or Animal Crossing and being miserable with yourself, or put yourself into these lobbies and absolutely punish yourself for 3 hours. Again, referring back to the KD ratio from Apex, and there is going to be a fraction of you that are like, well, that's just reflecting on your poor skill. Yes, it is. I hate to pile onto the bandwagon, but I honestly think that games like Fortnite are to blame. But at the very least, they played a very key part in the general sweatiness of games today. Look, I'm not gonna lie, back in 2009, people were doing 360 quickscopes on Rust to show off their montages, and that was it. You didn't have to do that though. That was the key thing. You could run around Terminal with a noob tube, or you could be one of those absolute dog with a fucking ACR and just wipe an entire squad at spawn point and it would be fine. There was many levels. But then Fortnite came along and it became less about reaction time or aim strength or general, decency in a game, and it became how fast can I recreate the Twin fucking Towers simulator 2.0. Look, you might be saying, Matt, it's a building game. It was designed to be a building game. You can't get mad at that. Only you're wrong. I can get mad at you. This is my channel, motherfucker. I could do what I want. I've got an orange balaclava on this time. So you see this in every shooter now. In Apex Legends, it's all about how fast your movements are and how broken the legend that you choose is. Or in Call of Duty, it's all about who can have the most aimbot. What I'm saying is if you're too far behind, you're probably never going to catch up. Look at Rust. Rust preys on the uninitiated. You watch these Rust streamers and they effectively just bully these new starters until the point where they uninstall the game and beg for their refund back from Steam. You know what brought this whole thing on? This whole video? Do you know what brought it on? League of fucking Legends. Now the other day I cracked. I got sick of being sent back to the lobby every 30 seconds on Apex Legends. I despised what I saw on Warzone and immediately uninstalled it. And I'd heard some pretty good things about League of Legends. A lot of my friends have played League of Legends and they rate it. I don't know why they do. And if you're watching this and you like League of Legends, we should seriously sit down and talk about your mental health, okay? Because I played not only fucking 2 games of this, and I was put into a lobby, the most toxic thing I've ever seen, which presumably a 12-year-old Asian child was telling me to kill myself, that he was gonna win the game for me so I could mourn the loss of my dead parents, like I'm Batman. I wish I screenshotted it. I was in the moment, I was really angry. Yes, I may have replied with the typical KYS, maybe. And yes, maybe I've been banned from League of Legends for 14 days. But that's besides the point. Before I got banned, I thought I'll watch some tutorials, because maybe I need to understand some of the lore and all that. I watched so many tutorials. These people saying, take top and run bot and take bottom. I thought I was in a German gay club for a second, and I thought I was stroking out because the comments were all agreeing with them. I didn't know if they were speaking English. 2 in-game tutorials. That's all it gave me, 2 in-game tutorials, and then it shoved me into a lobby after waiting 15 minutes only to be wiped away quicker than an 18-year-old in Normandy on D-Day. Well, that's the problem. League of Legends has been out since 2009. Which means if you haven't gotten it now, you're most definitely not gonna get it. It's pretty hard to imagine that a game that is older than literally 89% of the Fortnite community is so fucking toxic. Who would have guessed it? Video games toxic. Now, obviously gaming is at an all-time high. With the advent of free-to-play battle royales, mobile games, everything like that. Esports are huge now. I mean, we went from esports looking like this in 2004 to looking like this now, with literally millions of dollars on the line. So I'm not surprised that curves have increased. That's gonna happen. But why did the spike have to go? So is it a good thing? Are we taking it something that was easily accessible and then turning it into an elite thing? Look, I don't like sports. I can think you can tell from just looking at me. I'm not exactly what you would call a sporty person. Mainly because I couldn't pick up a football tomorrow and give Tom Brady a run for his money. And that's why video games are so appealing to me, because I see these pro gamers and it's something that's attainable. Somewhat attainable, I should say. Because I can download Battle Royale 360 Quickscope Simulator. I can do that. I can play it until the cows come home. The stakes are still low for me, I guess, but it's getting increasingly hard to agree that the skill cap is not rising. Look, video games have always appealed to me. I was the chubby incel outcast looking little fella. So obviously Halo 3 and Modern Warfare 2 were humongous friends in my childhood, and I could play them till the cows come home and I could win. Some 50-50, like my ratios were still pretty shit as they were now, but I could still win. I feel jaded. I just turned 26 and I feel like I've lost my edge. Did I have an edge to begin with? Probably not. 1v1s used to look like this. And now they look like this.
What are you doing?
And have I peaked? Is it G Fuel? Do I need to mainline it into my veins to feel something again? All in all, I love competitive gaming. Despite what you may have taken away from this video, which I can only presume is nothing, I love gaming. And I will continue to game until I am in my 60s, in a retirement home saying, he's on me, he's cranking 90s, I'm fucking getting shit on, get shit on, kid. I will always be like that. I will continue to get run through like an aspiring porn star because I'm a masochist. And no matter your outtake of this video, I think we can all agree that this is one person's fault, and that's Ninja. And I'll say this, Mr. Ninja, I've got a sprog on the way. Look at this little fella. He's cute as shit. And I will be training him to become the ultimate gamer. When he gets out of that womb, he's gonna have baby formula and G Fuel. He's gonna be cranking 90s on your fucking grave, Ninja. I'm coming for you, Tommy in it stands. I'm fucking coming. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the 181 of you that have subscribed in the last 4 weeks. What the fuck? Matt, can you make my head explode or something? Probably not. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great wherever you are, whatever time it is. My name's Matthew. I have brain damage. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, all the socials, as per usual. And fuck TikTok, because they banned me again. So, get fucked, loser. Bye.